Hey, and welcome to the Shave Tank. I've got another question in that said, well, we talked about classic aftershaves and classic soaps and stuff like that. What about classic razors? Now, one thing about classic razors that I actually didn't like that much is that most of them are used. I'm kind of funky in that way that I actually prefer to have my stuff new. Not with all of them, because I have some razors that are used, but that are from very, I call them reliable sources. And yeah, I also had a few real classics, because of course when you get into wet shaving you hear like these things. You have to have a Gillette Fat Boy adjustable, because it's the ultimate adjustable razor. And yeah, well, had one, been there, done that, didn't like it. Well, not that I didn't like it, it was just two things that didn't go with me that well. It was that it has this butterfly mechanism, which, yeah, is kind of funky. And yeah, it just wasn't working that well. I still have an adjustable razor that in my opinion is a classic, because it's been around for quite a while, and I'm going to show it to you. And that's the Merkur Progress. And I think this is quite a classic design, because there are newer designs like the Merkur Future or whatever adjustable razors. This has been around for quite a while. I still consider this, for me, the best adjustable razor there is, and that's actually why I sold the Gillette, not because the Gillette was really bad, but just this works better for me, because I like the two-piece design of this razor. So I'm more a guy that likes two-piece or three-piece razors. I don't like butterfly razors. But some people love them, so your mileage may vary as always. But I prefer two-piece, three-piece. And what I also love about this razor, while it has less adjustability than the Fat Boy, for example, it has 5 or 6, yeah, 5. Well, 5, and the 5+ setting is kind of the maximum setting for this. And the Fat Boy of course has 9. What I like about this design is it's two-piece. The design with this feather mechanism that you can actually press down with your hand is quite simple. And I can see what I'm doing really well. Because if I look on the side of the razor here, and I'm adjusting due to this gap in the safety bar, I can really see very well how much alignment and gap I have between the blade and the safety bar. So adjusting it works really well for me. And that's why I went with this and not with a more classic, like I would say. So this is still in production, you can get it brand new. You can even get upgrades like the Merkur or whatever. This standard edition Progress works fine for me, and I tested it with a lot of blades that I tested. I first tested in this because I can adjust the aggressiveness of the razor easily, and so with more aggressive blades I can tune it down a little. With less aggressive blades I can try to tune it up a little bit, and with, like I have now, because I'm not shaved yet, if I have a little bit of beard growth, didn't shave yesterday, then tune it up a little bit and works fine. So this is one classic that I have and that I'm keeping. I sold most of the rest that as a newbie you bought because you thought you had to have them. There's only one left actually that I still have, and it's not the model that they would expect. It's this, can I read it from there? Yeah, Rotbart travel razor. with the acrylic plastic base plate, actually because I like it for traveling. I got this kind of cheap from a guy who I think never used it, because it looks almost brand new, and even after disinfecting it and checking the base plate mechanism here, and so it looked very nice and new. And why I like this for traveling is it's extremely mild but still efficient, and it's very small. So it's a very small handle. Unusually, normally I like bigger handles, but if I'm only away for a day or two and want a quick non-hurting shave, like if you're on a conference and going around in your suit and white shirt, then blood doesn't come off too good. So this won't, even if you didn't have much sleep and are really tired, you can still shave with this very, very easily. So not the usual Rotbart model that people keep, but was a keeper for me. Yeah, not that I travel with it that much anymore, but yeah, has some sentimental value because it has been on some nice business trips with me. So that's why I keep that one, and that's the only two that I would consider classics that I still kept. So I'm more of the guy of innovation and new razors. Yeah. But everyone has their own cup of tea, and of course some have really great collector value. I sold my Fat Boy for twice the price I bought it. And so that also was the thing why I sold it. Yeah, and that's very easy. And as for traveling, what I also love for traveling, but this is not a real classic, I mean it's maybe a new classic, is the Merkur 23C that I showed you very, very often, because I love this razor. I know some of my US colleagues prefer the 34C or 34 HD, because the 34 is a two-piece razor and has a little fatter handle, and this is a slimmer, longer handle. I like the 23C a little more, and when I travel I simply have this like travel cover from Mühle, but it does fit on the Merkur head. Put that over there, put it in your bag, and you're good to go. So that's also what I usually use for traveling, and in my eyes this is a modern classic design. So that's my take on classic razors, but of course there are some excellent shaving older razors out there. I had the chance from some of my pals to test some of their razors, especially Rotbart, one of my favorite classic companies. They make awesome razors. I mean this small, even with the plastic base plate, is really old, really cool model. I love it. And also the Rotbart open comb models, they're all great shavers. And of course there are also some French models out there that are really awesome. And also the Gillette models, it's not that they are bad, they're just not my cup of tea, and they shave really well. They're awesome in their adjustability. If you get them Gillette adjustable and it's your thing, I'm pretty sure it's a cool thing. So, but especially for the beginners, and that's the people who I make this video for, there is no need to shell out 200 bucks for a used old Gillette, performance wise. If you want to collect it, go with it. But performance wise, there are new razors that cost you 50 bucks or 70 bucks or maybe 100, but they are brand new stainless steel razors, and they will perform the same or better depending on your skin and your feel. So that's my take on the whole classics thing, and I'm not a collector of razors. I have quite a few razors, but I don't call it collecting. I just like to try innovations, so I buy a lot of new stuff, and yeah, I'm sure to try some things, and I will show you a few more razors in upcoming reviews. So thank you very much. As always, if you're gonna shave, shave like a tank. High five and see you soon.